As the chairman said, I'm from Arizona. Arizona is a leader in electric vehicle manufacturing. We have Lucid Motors, which is manufacturing electric vehicle cars in Casa Grande, Arizona, south of Phoenix. We have Nikola Motors, which is producing electric vehicle semi-trucks in Coolidge, Arizona, which is southeast of Phoenix. We have Electra Mechanica, which is manufacturing three-wheel electric vehicles in Mesa, Arizona. We have Core Power, which is a manufacturer of lithium-ion batteries in Buckeye, Arizona, and so on and so forth. So we're quite a leader in Arizona. It is estimated that converting standard vehicles to electric vehicles would require a 30% increase in power generation on our electric grid. In addition, electric vehicles need 4 times as much copper than standard vehicles, and according to the International Energy Agency, at least 30 times as much lithium, nickel, and other key minerals will be needed for electric vehicles by 2040. And in fact, just today from CNBC, it says nickel surge just raised the input cost for an electric vehicle by $1,000, Morgan Stanley estimates. So as we've heard today from my other colleagues, instead of the Biden administration increasing U.S. oil and gas production and increasing U.S. mining of these critical minerals that are needed not only for the vehicles themselves, but for the storage, the batteries. Instead, he stopped the Keystone Pipeline. He stopped permitting of U.S. oil and gas production here in the United States. And it's just unconscionable to me that he is now calling on dictatorships, Iran, Venezuela, to increase their oil and gas production. Just last week, I visited a proposed mine in Arizona, Resolution Copper Mine. It's in Representative O'Halloran's district. And they have invested $2.3 billion in Arizona for this mine. During the Trump administration, they gave the green light to go ahead with this copper mine, which will produce at full blast 25% of U.S. copper production in the United States. And the Biden administration has put it on hold. So, Mr. Pyle, how in the world are we supposed to put all these electric vehicles on the grid while at the same time the Biden administration is cutting down oil and gas production here in the United States and instead calling on dictators and then also calling on China and other dictators for all the minerals that are needed? How in the world is that going to work? I don't think it's going to.
It's a very simple answer. It's not. If you say you're for increasing electric vehicles, you have got to back that up with policies that enable us to get off of our what would be crippling dependence on China. And Russia is a threat. There is no doubt about that in my mind, in anyone's mind. But China is a bigger threat, and that has to be addressed if we're going to march down this road.
Yes, Mr. Pyle, isn't most of the lithium processed in China?
Yeah, as I mentioned in my testimony, the DOD, I should say, issued a report entitled Securing Defense Critical Supply Chains, and it lists lithium as 94% dependent on China. It's DOD, it's not my numbers.
So I hear some of my Democratic colleagues saying they want to increase oil production. I heard the other night at the State of the Union that President Biden wants to buy American. So let's do it. Let's introduce legislation together. Let's encourage our president to do that instead of empty rhetoric. Let's do it. Let's do the mining in the United States of America. Let's do oil and gas production in the United States of America. We can do it, and we should do it. And with that, I yield back.